speaking of, you guys were underrated last year, um, for some reason. I mean, you guys were top 5 defense, top 6, top 5 in yards, 8 in sacks, I think 6th in points or something like that, and underrated because of what I would consider just star power, and you know what I mean? Because you guys got a really good group, talented group, young group, and now you get Micah Parsons, and it almost validates all that you guys have been and all that you guys are. Talk about his arrival and just your mentality, because he seems like he fits right into the culture that you guys have built. You guys run, you practice hard, you hit, you care about one another. You guys just got a quality group of human beings.
Yeah, he really came in, day one. You're trying to, feel him out, just like, okay, see what he's about, what cloth does he come from? And then just for him to come and say what he said, and I mean, just show that he's about the process. I think that was the biggest thing for me. That got me the most respect from me, is just understand seeing how he practices, seeing how he carries himself. And yeah, like he told the media, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna give my all. I'm a guy that just plays fast, you know, and those guys better, have my back, because I'm gonna be playing fast, and I know that this is a team that likes to do that. And so just for him to come out there, and then literally first practice, you see his get off, he's chasing the ball down the field, and to have a guy, that's worth that much chase the ball, running across, give his pass rush and then loop the quarterback and, chase the receiver down like that. That's impressive stuff. And that got all of our respect, really, the first couple of days seeing him work. Um, and yeah, I would say he fits our scheme perfect. We're definitely a scheme that, focuses on rushing coverage. And, when it's time for those big downs, those third downs, just letting our, guys up front eat. And, yeah, needless to say, he's a
I,
guy that can eat,
I mean,
on them third rounds.
he can eat, but his other guys y'all had that been eating. Devontae Wyatt, obviously Rashawn Gary, Luke Van Ness gets his. He makes sure he gets his every time. Edgerrin Cooper look like he always getting his. That's what's so incredible about this group. They were 8th in sacks last year. No Micah Parsons. They had some hunters, and obviously you lose a great teammate in Kenny Clark. I've heard nothing but positive things about him. Great teammate, great human being. Everything in the Green Bay Packers stand for, he represented. So I know that's tough to lose, but you get a player like Micah Parsons, you guys elevate defensively. You got to be feeling good right now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you said it. I mean, we felt comfortable coming into this year, without a Micah Parsons. Like we had all the tools that we needed, and we understood what we needed to do to, get to where we want to be. And then, add in Micah, even if he's not getting to the quarterback, he's opening these one-on-ones with, the deepness that we have, at D-line. You got guys coming off, that are fresh, coming out on third down, that can just, rush their ass off. And let me tell you, it makes it real easy on the back end.
Hey,
Makes it real easy for us.
And he helps feed your DBs. And speaking of that,
oh yeah,
he helps feed
puts
you.
a bunch of food on our plate. Oh yeah,
The first week he there, he get a pressure on Jared Goff, flash in front of him. You come out of your disguise. First off, we're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about y'all late rotations and y'all disguises, because y'all over there putting it on tape, and I love it. But talk about that play. Let's go there, and we don't got to go too deep in the scheme. I understand what you guys were running and all that, but I'm gonna tell you what I thought it was on the tape and what you guys like, because it looked like 3 to me. It looked like you dropping into a hook from 3, like a Yuma, or we used to call it maybe a Phoenix check, or you know what I mean. It looks like you dropping into a hook, and X was rotating to the middle of the field, and the corners was dropping to a third, and you had your flat defenders, et cetera, et cetera. But how late you rotated in and how fast you played and triggered, it was, I mean, I just loved everything about it. Walk me through that.
Yeah, man. I said it before, but I feel like we won that down before the ball was even snapped, right? Like, you got to show the quarterback something and make him believe it. And so yeah, definitely takes a lot of reps, right? That definitely took, a year to develop, just first understanding, okay, what I got to be at the snap, understanding your assignment and what you got to do. But then also, okay, what are we trying to show as a whole, and how can I, fit in that? But yeah, that play, we were showing man, Just a one high, if not man, and just a one high boundary rotation, and kind of made it look more real with the motion. Being able to, I was initially down and then, spin and have X walk down again, give the quarterback what he wants to see. And we were actually getting a cover 2 on that play. X was going to be the middle runner. He came. I see why you say cover 3 because he was a little deep.
He was deep,
and especially for he was running to middle, back line damn near because it was low red. But no, yeah, I was just getting to my curl landmark for cover 2, and so coming out, I was able to. They gave us a good snap key just because the place was roaring. Now it's third down. They got to give a silent count, and so you tie that in with the clock running down in the background. You kind of see it gets a 6, 5. Okay, ball's got to, something's got to break, And so was able to get that key, and then also knowing down the distance, okay, where I got to be, what landmark should I be aggressive in this, scenario, and I felt, like I should have in that one. And then knowing who was in the slot, they had Amon-Ra with a really plus split from one. Like he was. And he's not the guy at 1 wasn't like a fade ball type guy like that you just throw out there and have that threat. And so they just trying to give him space. The ball's gonna find him on these third downs, and so
and
held it to the last second.
And the corner got a backstop, so he can't run that out.
Exactly. I'm not worried about that, and so it's really just trusting your teammates, trusting the scheme, and then. Yeah, when your op comes, really just taking advantage of it. Saw the ball out, saw him kind of Amon-Ra in my peripheral, kind of hook up right there. And Jared Goff initially looked at me, for a little bit, and then spiked his eyes to 2, and really my feet made the play before I was even aware. Just ran through it and thought I was going to get a PBU, but came up with a nice little.
But you want it to be great.
Oh yeah. Good to great.
Yes.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
I know exactly what it is. People be used. That's why I'm about to get on Keyshawn. I got Keyshawn next week. I'm on his hind parts.
Yeah, as you should be. He's got to turn one of those into
that boy
into
gets
some money right there.
5 knockdowns and don't book none of them. You don't want no money. You don't want to
money.
You want to drive off in a Honda.
Them PBUs pay rent. Them INTs pay mortgages.
They pay the mortgage. They buy the house.
They buy the house.
You buy you catch one of those. You catch 2. You start having a whole different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But
few houses.
Yeah, few houses. At Green Bay, I heard some affordable houses. Hey, come on now, make yourself comfortable. Y'all on the contender.
Oh yeah.
I love the quote that you had after the game. You said, "Don't let victory mask your problems." Ooh, people don't even understand that level of accountability that the wins ain't even, it's the process. It's the process. It's making sure you got great practice habits, making sure you correct the mistakes. The result is what it is. And that's that's such a cool process from you and your age, the maturity that you have to see it and the culture that you guys are building. Oh my God, man. I just love to hear that quote. I'm sorry. I ain't even got a point or a question off of that.
Nah, and that's the truth, man, because, your moment you let those victories stack and, let that get in the way of you getting better, let that, blind you from seeing the problems that you got to fix is, the day you get beat, day you get complacent. And so, it's always been about the process, always been about getting a little better each week, each day, however you can. And really the result is the result. What you put on tape is what you put on tape.